Right, I'm the only one that can speak or be heard. Welcome to today's Zoom session. We have a Devar Torah from Irene and followed by some davening from Robert. We look forward to that. So without more ado, if Irene will unmute, we can listen to her Devar Torah. You can go, Irene.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it just says it's not unmuted. Okay, fine. Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's Kabbalat Shabbat. We're, of course, all looking forward to tomorrow when one of the hostages who will be released is our very own Sagi, and so we hope everything will all go well. This week's Sedra is one of the highlights of our Torah, obviously, because that's when the Aseret HaDibrot were given. But I'm going to look at a different angle here. Deep in Sinai, the place presumed to be Mount Sinai, we find a monastery at the foot, nearby an Islamic shrine, and a Greek Orthodox church at the summit. But that's the place where we witnessed the greatest event in history. But there's no shul there or a blue park to commemorate it, and there's no annual pilgrimage. We could say that it's not the place where it happened. In the Torah, the place is synonymous with Ha-Elokim, the place near Midian where Moshe witnessed the burning bush. Hashem's message to Moshe was, when you take out the people from Egypt, you will serve Hashem on this mountain. The mountain in Sinai may be too far away from the historic one. In fact, there are 4 places where the archaeologists suggest could be the original Mount Sinai. So why don't we make a fuss about finding it and marking the spot? We are just told it was a lowly mountain, an example of humility. Perhaps that's the answer. But we also find on the 3rd day of Sivan that Moshe was instructed to set the boundaries around the mountain to tell the people they cannot go up the mountain or touch the edges, and whoever did would die. The people couldn't go up while the Torah was being given. The mountain was holy. Then afterwards it's written, on the extended shofar blast, the people may go up. That was after the revelation. The mountain was no longer holy. So the Torah, not the mountain, is holy. But the holiness was there at the time of the giving. It can be maintained. Holiness can be maintained by the contribution of God or man. We can create places worthiness of holiness in our homes and shuls or wherever they may be. For if that stops, if we don't learn Torah, there will no longer be holiness. We have to receive it with the right intentions. We know there's a midrash that the people were asleep on the morning that the Torah was given. So did they prepare? Some say the interpretation is that they were asleep and thought the prophecy would come to them in their sleep, and that was the preparation. They had traveled from Rephidim, all prepared well. The only time in history, though, the revelation was face-to-face. That was the only time when a whole people were directly addressed by God. If we look at the section just before that, Hashem seems to make a deal with us. If you will listen to my voice and keep my commandments, and you will be for me special among the people, for the land is mine, and you will be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Rashi tells us that listening to Hashem is what we can do, and keeping his commandments, or what we can do, whereas the other phrases are the reward for proving that we're indeed worthy of his special love and consideration. That can only happen by learning Torah and living life by its principles. Once we do so, then Hashem will treat us accordingly. The famous story of Rabbi Chia in Israel during the time between the Mishnah and the Talmud, showed his famous efforts to preserve the Torah as related in the Gemara. It tells us that he planted flax, spun thread, wove nets, trapped animals, skinned them, made parchment from their hides, and then wrote Torah scrolls. After that, he would get 5 students, teach Bereshit to one, Shemot to the second, Vayikra to the third, etc., Bamidbar to the fourth, and Devarim to the fifth, and then get them to teach each other, thereby causing the Torah not to be forgotten in Israel. Why did he have to do all those things in order to make the parchment? If he was concerned that the parchment had the necessarily holiness for a Sefer Torah, he could have bought the hides and tanned them for the sake of sanctity. But the students' receptiveness for holiness could not have been the same if they'd learnt from just any old scrolls. Rabbi Chia's extra preparation for the Torah's holiness made a difference, which brought a special flow of holiness throughout the Torah that they studied. So the level of holiness we can achieve depends on the amount of our preparation and what we invest in it. So maybe tomorrow, before Shabbat morning in Shul, when we relive the intense spiritual experience of Matan Torah, maybe we should be more prepared. How can we do that? Maybe we should read some commentaries this evening. We can create places worthy of holiness in our homes and shuls or wherever we are. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Irene. Thank you.